This is 95X Live.
Hey, what's up, my man? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you very much for doing this today. We genuinely appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Very cool. Now, your new single, Alive, is fantastic. We're playing it here on 95X. I got it started a couple months back on my specialty show, The Fringe.
Awesome.
I adore it. You've got an EP out now called Creature that's available across all streaming services as well for people to check out. And one thing I didn't know until I started digging into doing some research for this was that you're from not too far from here. You're actually from the southern tier, like Cornell, right?
Yeah, I'm actually in Hornell right now, visiting my mom. I'm born and raised in Wellsville, so I'm kind of familiar with Western New York a little bit. And then last year, I was on a tour with Wicked Phase Springs Eternal, and we played a show at Funk and Waffles in Syracuse.
Oh,
So,
very cool, man.
Yeah, big fan of Syracuse.
Awesome. Did you get up here much in your sort of like infancy of touring or playing live music into Syracuse, or were you more of like a Rochester, Buffalo guy?
I'm more of like a Buffalo guy. I really, I went to Warped Tour every year from like 2009 to 2018. So definitely a big Warped Tour kid.
Very cool, man. Now,
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of what you're doing. I found you basically when I had somebody send me the song Alive. And from that point, I did like the deep dive. Obviously, you end up going down wormholes with artists that you fall in love with. And it's weird to me because like I'm obviously a much older guy, and I know that a lot of this stuff isn't intended for me as a demographic. But and I'll be honest, man, without naming names, a lot of your contemporaries I'm not a huge fan of, but there's something very specific about what you do that I really connect to. And I think part of that is your unabashed ability to say what's on your mind in a way that connects on such a human level with other people. There's a mind share that you have that I think is more real or more authentic than some of the people that are kind of lumped into your genre of music.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me.
It's the truth, man. You say things that I think people want to say. You know what I mean? Like, but don't necessarily have an outlet to. And now that you've got a platform to, I know in doing research for this interview, just seeing how passionate your fans are for your message and your voice. And it's great because for me, I mean, the big question I have for you is because when I was your age, it was all dependent upon the industry to get recorded, to get your music out. But now as a young person in the world with the advent of technology, you can do everything literally from right where you are right now and still have the connectivity to the entire world. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that possibility. How great is it for you to be able to have an idea and just have something at your disposal like that to just maybe demo something out or capture an idea?
It's super awesome. Everything that I've put out thus far has been recorded in this bedroom. So there's been like a handful of singles here and there that I've recorded like at a B&B or like at a hotel. But the entirety of Creature Part 1 and Part 2 was recorded like right where I'm sitting right now. So it's super cool to just be able to throw something on the internet and just kind of like get a reaction out of it real quick. And I've been able to record everything off of a Blue Yeti, which is like it's like $100 USB microphone. So I don't have any like high end like tech gear or anything too crazy. Like super low budget. Been doing everything just off my laptop. So it's super cool. It's very cool.
Excellent, man. Now, I know that you're a fan of Black Bear. I know you're a fan of Nash.
Yeah.
And I adore both of them as well. That new Black Bear collaboration with All Time Low is probably one of my favorite bangers right now.
Super good, yeah.
Who else would you consider to be influential in basically what is the overall Guardin sound?
Ooh, I take influence from a lot of stuff. Just anything that I'm listening to in the moment. I think some of my bigger influences would be like Dance Gavin Dance. That's one of my favorite bands. Mac Miller, rest in peace. Joey Badass, like a lot of like East Coast hip hop. And then a lot of like early emo influences too. So like Hawthorne Heights, AFI, like Fall Out Boy. So I kind of try to take it from each platter, you know.
Well, that makes sense too, because most of your stuff is very hooky in the way that like Fall Out Boy or Panic at the Disco is. But there's a darkness to it, I guess is the best way to put it. And I don't mean darkness in a negative connotation, just an absence of light, I guess, is the best way to put it. But by the same token, there's a juxtaposition between the darkness of the lyrics and sometimes the upbeat nature or the beat of the song. Is this something that's intentional for you, or is this sort of a natural course of action throughout the process of your writing?
Yeah, it kind of comes natural. I feel like a lot of stuff that I've been making, especially some of my more early stuff, even some of like the experimental stuff that I've been making, just kind of comes from the heart, from the head. I started music as just a way for me to like vent and get my feelings out. I never even expected it to like pick up and become like a full-time career. And I've been doing this for a couple of years now. I started Guardin when I was 15. It was just beats. But then it kind of became what it is now. So yeah, just it comes natural.
Very cool. Now, you also co-founded a label called Acid Castle.
Yeah.
Now, is this more of a vehicle to put out your own stuff, or are you actually seeking out some artists to develop yourself, seeing as how you have such an excellent palette for production?
Oh, thank you. It's kind of like a collective of friends. Kind of like I don't know if you're familiar with like Goth Boy Clique with like Lil Peep and Wicked Phase and all them. So it's almost like a brand, or like just like a phrase to like represent. But yeah, it represents like unity amongst my friends. Back when I was like 16 or 17, my three friends and I were starting a band, and that was one of the names that we kind of fell on. We never ended up doing anything with the band. We tried to make one song, and then we were like, yeah, let's not do this. But yeah, it was just a band name that we came up with, and it kind of just became like our like little like group. So
very cool, man. One of my favorite tracks of yours is called I Think You're Really Cool. And I think part of the reason I'm so drawn to that song is because it's vastly different from, I think, what everybody knows you for if they haven't followed along the entire time. So if they started Alive and maybe get into songs like Solitary, that one may stand out because it's very stark in nature. It's on the ukulele, but there is just absolutely something captivating about that song. It almost feels like it was captured in a moment. Am I right to say that, or because it doesn't seem like you did like a lot of takes of that or anything? It just felt really cool and like really in the moment, and it really connected.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was one of those songs that I kind of just picked up my ukulele, started playing 4 chords, and was like, let's figure something out. And then I settled on the 2 chords that I use, and just started writing away. At the time, I was going through this weird breakup, and I wasn't over the person that had broken up with me. So it was kind of from a stance of like, oh, like I know you've moved on, but like I still think you're cool, but you also suck. But yeah, it definitely it came in the moment. I think I made that song in like less than an hour, so I didn't expect for that song to even take off or anybody to really like it. But
it's most certainly one of my favorites, my man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Excellent. Well, I heard you were gonna actually play a song or two today.
Yeah. So I have a song called Snowflakes that I was gonna do an acoustic rendition of, and then I was gonna play it live. I'm really bad at playing it on guitar. My friend Casper is the one that originally produced it and played the guitar on it. So I had him send in him playing it on the acoustic. I was gonna play that off my laptop and sing along to it. That's cool.
Works for me, my man.
All right, cool. But yeah, I'll start with Snowflakes if that's cool.
Very cool. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate you. All right, cool. That I'm back on the road, you're in your bed all alone. It's alright, I'm doing okay. In my mind, you're in the doorway. Now that I'm back in my zone, I smoke till my seams go my zone. You could not take this away from me. You could not take this away from me. Work so damn hard on my own. Sit in my bedroom alone. I did this shit all in one take. You could not touch what I'm on. May steady, your breathing is cold. Your eyes are made out of coal. Crying, but your tears are snow flakes in this car that's coming. Got no brakes, no brakes. I've been living my life to the fullest. Anxiety comes, but it won't sit. Got tossed in the bag, but it won't zip. 'Cause I killed my mind all in one hey. Last in the past, and I feel like the days we put stars on our ceilings, the tape in Mars always feel land, and I do not find that appealing. So maybe I contemplate, strategize ways to ease my mind. Sit awake and I bake all through the night. Touch base with your face, being close to mine, and maybe you can't sleep 'cause your dreams never seem to soothe. So you spark in the dark trying to make your move. Touch me and I fall, but I play it cool. Lost in your embrace and longing for your taste of said we run away, but you hardly ever say much. Now that I'm back on the road, you're in your bed all alone. It's alright, I'm doing okay. I'm off my yard in the doorway. Now that I'm back in my zone, I smoke till my seams come undone. You could not take this away from me. You could not take this away from me. Work so damn hard on my own. Stayed in my bedroom alone. I did this shit all in one take. You could not touch what I'm on. May steady, your breathing is cold. Your eyes are made out of coal. Crying, but your tears are snowflakes. In this car that's coming, got no brakes, no brakes.
Great stuff, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, cool. Let me just pull this file up. There we go. Shout out Casper. I'm sad he couldn't be here today because of quarantine, but let's get it.
Better to be safe than sorry, sir.
Yeah, exactly. something that I miss. I can feel the lines you're watching me without the line spot. Back it up a bit if you want to see how you speak destination inside of my mind. I think I'll be fine. Losing my edges to keep me alive. It cut towards the end, but yeah.
Cool stuff, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. Once again, the EP is called Creature. It's available everywhere. The single's called Alive. Feel free to hit us up at 95X. Obviously, the phone lines, we're not there. We're all from home. So use social media to request Guardin and Alive on 95X, sir. We're looking very forward to what comes next. And when all this stuff is over, we hope you make another trip here to Syracuse. We'd love to have you in the Second Lounge.
Definitely. I'd love to be back up there.
Awesome. Thank you again for your time today.
Thank you.
Much love, and we wish you nothing but continued success and luck with everything, my man. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Have a good day.
Check out more in the on-demand section at 95x.com.